It's Thursday, July 24th. A passenger plane with 49 people on board has crashed in Russia's Far East. Early reports say there are no survivors.
This has been one of the most high-profile cases that we've seen in quite some time.
The verdicts will be delivered today in the sexual assault trial involving 5 former World Junior hockey players.
We have a crisis in Canada about Donald Trump attacking us. We're trying to protect our economy.
Canada's premiers are walking away from their 3-day meeting with a common goal to protect the economy and tear down U.S. tariffs.
Over time, it is starting to nudge drivers in that right direction and starting to change behavior.
Slowing down, a new report revealing speed cameras are helping to make roads safer by influencing the behavior of drivers. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to your morning, everybody. I'm Lindsey Deluce.
Good morning. I'm Teddy Wilson. Happy Thursday, or Friday Eve, as it's known.
Yeah, or Friday Junior. I'm Jess Smith. We hope your whatever day you choose it to be is off to a good start.
Friday Junior. I like that. We're going to get you briefed on some headlines right away here, and we'll start with some breaking news this morning. Officials say they found the wreckage of a passenger plane that crashed in eastern Russia. Russia's aviation authority released this footage showing smoke coming from what's believed to be the crash site. It's located in a dense wooded area in the region bordering China. The plane is an Antonov AN-24, similar to the one you see there. Preliminary reports indicate there were 49 people on board. Emergency officials say early indications are that there are no survivors. The plane is almost 50 years old and was operated by a Siberia-based airline. Authorities have opened an investigation into the cause of the crash. The judge in the sexual assault trial of 5 World Junior hockey players will hand down her verdicts today. The accused, Dylan Dubé, Cal Foote, Carter Hart, Michael McLeod, and Alex Formenton have each pleaded not guilty to sexual assault. McLeod has also pleaded not guilty to the additional charge of being party to an offense. The alleged assault took place at a London hotel in June 2018 after a Hockey Canada gala. The trial started in April with the jury. And after the jury was dismissed a second time, the judge decided to move on alone to avoid a repeat of the grueling testimony and cross-examination for the complainant. The hearing for Convoy Protest leaders Tamara Lich and Chris Barber is underway, and the Crown wants stiff sentencing. The Crown is seeking a 7-year prison sentence for Lich and 8 years for Barber. The prosecutors said they want to see firm sentencing because of the community harm Lich and Barber left during the Convoy protest. A lawyer for Barber told the court he should not be left with a criminal record. Lich and Barber were both convicted in April of mischief for their roles in leading a 3-week occupation in downtown Ottawa back in 2022. Lich's lawyer will be presenting submissions today. Canada's premiers are largely on the same page when it comes to knocking down tariffs and trade barriers.
We have our points of disagreement, but there are far more points of agreement in terms of how we're going to build our economies in our respective provinces.
Premiers wrapped their 3-day meeting in Huntsville yesterday. U.S. President Donald Trump is set to impose 35% tariffs on Canadian goods by August 1st. And while tariffs were top of the agenda, the premiers also discussed other key issues, including public safety and our country's strained healthcare system. A Quebec man is warning fellow Canadian boaters after he was detained by the United States Coast Guard.
I'm never going to be the same. You see, it comes and goes. It's like a stall pit.
Edouard Lamont says he was fishing near the border on Lake Champlain when the Coast Guard officers accused him of crossing into U.S. waters. Lamont says he was confident he was on the Canadian side. As he tried going further into Canada, officers allegedly tried pushing him into U.S. territory, causing his boat to capsize. He ended up in the water and says he nearly drowned. He was then detained and held for nearly 2 hours in a jail cell. In a statement to CTV News, the Coast Guard says Lalmonde ignored commands. He denies the accusation and says he wants an apology. Rescue operations are underway for 3 miners who have been trapped underground in a northern British Columbia mine since Tuesday.
Obviously, it's very concerning for the families, for the workers in the sector, and all British Columbians and Canadians.
The miners are believed to be uninjured and in a refuge area. 2 workers from BC and 1 is from Ontario. The miners were initially able to communicate with those outside, but they have since lost contact. The mine's owner, Newmont Corporation, is working to get back in touch and bring them back to the surface. Ontario's Chief Mine Rescue Officer says it could take weeks for them to be rescued. Luckily, they have enough supplies to last them for weeks. A US-based singer known for his controversial views ended up performing after all, even though permits for his concerts were canceled in Nova Scotia and PEI. Sean Foyt moved his concert to a property in Shubenacadie. This after Parks Canada decided to revoke his permit for a show planned at a historic site in Halifax. Foyt has also had shows canceled in Moncton, Charlottetown, Quebec City, and the Ottawa region. Foyt has spoken out against abortion and LGBTQ2+ rights. Parks Canada says it's decided to revoke the permit because of public complaints and safety concerns over planned protests. And Halifax is seeing its largest employment boost in a decade, and here's why.
The inflation rate came down to more normal levels. Vacancy rates eased a bit. Market got a little softer.
This is based off of the Halifax Index report by TD. The report tracked labor, population, affordability, real estate, and education. In 2024, Halifax reached a population of more than 500,000 people. The population grew by 12,000 in the past year. And while some people agree it's a good thing that Halifax is building up the community, many are still concerned about affordability and cost of living. The Ottawa Board of Trade says it's worried about the future of downtown businesses.
How we make Ottawa's economy more resilient. So we're calling on the federal government to look at their national mandate and how that can benefit the capital city of our G7 country.
Businesses in Ottawa's downtown core have yet to fully recover from the pandemic. They now face more turbulence with the federal government planning to cut spending across the board. The Board of Trade is calling for Ottawa to help lessen that potential impact. They want sales of federal buildings to happen faster so they can be converted into housing. And they want to see Ottawa become a hub for the defense industry and the military. According to a new report, drivers are being more mindful behind the wheel thanks to speed cameras.
Sometimes just that one ticket can really be that reminder to be cautious of your speed.
Based on a report from the Canadian Automobile Association, speed cameras are making roads safer. Many drivers are slowing down or avoiding roads where the cameras are located. The CAA said 73% of drivers in Ontario reduced their speed when approaching a camera. More than half of the people said they don't speed up again after passing one. But not everybody seems to be slowing down. The report showed 23% of Ontario drivers received a ticket this year, up from 17% last year. Well, as you may or may not know, it's National Bison Month. And what better way to celebrate than welcoming a new addition? Oh my goodness. Yep. That'll do. That's fantastic. The Toronto Zoo just shared the birth of a wood bison calf. She was born at the end of June. The zoo said she's growing fast and bonding well with mom. The Toronto Zoo has been involved in wood bison conservation since 1977. They've been partnering with the University of Saskatchewan and Parks Canada since 2007 on a reproductive research initiative.
A ginger.